All right, trucks at Atlanta. I'm going to go to 16-1 here, go back to 57 here, and then we'll go down to 0 here. Just comfort based. I'm making this early, so I don't have a great reference time, so I'm just going to drive some laps and let you guys know what the best one is. What the best line is, I should say. Usually in the hot, top ends up being really good because you can't carry your grip through the bottom as well. That bump might be an issue. Part of my 2008 graphics. I've been forgetting to put them back up high. You probably can take that full throttle, especially on the warm tires. Let's do a second high lap after this, then we'll go to the bottom and see if it has anything on it. My guess is that top is the way for this qualifying. I'm guessing I'll be able to full throttle 1 and 2. All right. Just got to get the right entry. Yeah, a little lift here. It's a little bit precise to get that turn in, to do that kind of like Darlington line. 3 and 4 is a lot easier entry, how the bump works. Little lift there. Probably didn't need it, but better safe than sorry. Let's try a bottom line. Well, actually, not bottom, but Atlanta really likes this line where you like start middle high, and then you let the car go down low here on exit. Oh, yeah, that wasn't going to carry the speed. Oh, it might have carried the speed if I didn't mess up. All right, one more try here. We'll go set up high. Definitely can full throttle that. Just being a little pansy there. So we set up middle, little lift to get the car pointed down low. Get the car to drive down through the bottom. You know what? This is gonna be a different type of video than usual. I got people coming over in like 10 minutes. Why do I always make these last minute? Well, today I didn't have a choice. Ow! Ow! Ow. Ow. Let's try one more go around. So we'll talk about the track. And we'll talk about this hot lap. Nothing has changed too. The only thing that's changed about this car and this track is what time of day and what the track temperature is. So if you had a good feel for it last time and you're not figuring it out, just understand that your car might just have a higher or lower level of base grip than you remember it just because of the parameters of the weather. Although I will say it is a little bit sketchy getting the car to the bottom here. So, let's see if I can maybe full throttle this. No, I still got a lift. Maybe that was just cold tires too. There's something about that where I can't commit to the steering wheel as much as I would need it to. And then this, I'm very certain you can full throttle. I must have been like 1 inch from that wall, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, well I'm 0 inches from the wall now. Okay, let's try this line then. Come on, make the exit, make the exit. Okay, that was close to as good as I could do it, and it's still not as good as like a mid running the top that I did before. So I'm fairly confident, especially with these track temperatures and conditions. Top is usually just better. Okay. One last go about just top. See if I can full throttle this. Yes. Okay, good. You gotta let it, I gotta be more, just let the car do its thing into the corner. It's tough though. If you're having troubles full throttling 1 and 2, it's not. Even if that looked a little bit easy at the time, it was not easy. 3 and 4, I would classify as a little bit easier, but only because there's more room. Let's try top 1 and 2 again. See if I can full throttle again. That's going to be our lap though. I can't imagine getting much better than that. You just got to let the car go over that hump, and then you kind of deal with where the car is from there. You don't want to have too much movement in your wheel over that hump into turn 1. The hump into turn 3 is a lot more gradual, so you're a lot more lenient getting the car into the corner, even if it is a tighter entry. There's just more time to work on the car's angle. Here, you got to get you got to basically trust that the hump is going to point your nose where you want it to go. So I got to point it a little bit early, hump over the nose. There we go. I'm just kind of letting the car do its thing. Less of a hump here. Get the nose pointed on my own. Kind of try to hug the seam there. If it slides up a little bit, just give it a little bit of bits of wheel. If you're starting to slide off your line just a little bit, don't panic and try to give it all at once, or else you're going to disengage your rear tire. Just try to gradually get it back to where you want it to go. Yeah, that hump really gets the car on the right rear. I mean, that's not good on the tires. Either tire. I'm surprised at how long... Okay, there's my first mistake. In terms of the in terms of the long run, though, I don't think I'm going to go over the replay of that very much, just because there's not... In fact, I don't really even know why I stopped there. There's not much to go over. Basically, you can full throttle it. You gotta turn your wheel just before you go over the hump, and then hold it very still as you go over the hump. Let the car glide into the corner, and then work on it to keep it off the wall. If you're having a really hard time with that, if you're having a hard time with the car spinning out doing that process, then it probably means that you're working too hard on the wheel. And if you're hitting the wall too much, it probably means that you're not angling your car enough over the hump. That's kind of the two main things that I foresee happening. Long run, though, I really do like the bottom more. The top will be a good short run tactic for defense. I would say off of restarts and stuff, don't be afraid to use top both ends. But once you're able to get in a groove, though, once you're able to kind of stop battling as much, these lines, the late apex lines in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are really good. You just got to be a little bit careful and being smooth on your throttle, so you don't slide your tires too much. You don't really want to keep your rear from sliding off the corner. You just want to kind of apex later, but then throttle through the apex, but then kind of manage your throttle so that you're not spinning your tires. Just a full lift. Get it down. You can see how close we are to our best lap, and then of course we don't have the runoff. But it's not a bad runoff. We lose what, a tenth and a half? It's not bad. You could wrap the bottom of 3 and 4 if you really want to. Pretty good line. Again, no match for the runoff. So you got options. I wouldn't mess around with the bottom until 7 laps into the run, 5 laps into the run, or when you're on your own. And then one of the biggest things is if you go to the bottom and then you start pushing and sliding and scrubbing your tires off the corner, well, now you've lost all the benefit of running the bottom. So you got to be really disciplined running the bottom, which is a good thing to learn. You can see right rear roaster. What's the temperature here? Track temp 111. Yeah, right rear roaster. Good luck.